There was a lot of violence once again on the streets of LA last night, but law enforcement across the board, federal and local, seem to have a much better handle on how to keep it under control. The forces moved in, the LAPD, along with the LA Sheriff's Department, California Highway Patrol, and federal agents. They splintered the groups that were here in their thousands in downtown LA, and they managed to pick off protesters one by one, making up to, we believe, 100 arrests yesterday. Meantime, we expect to see Marines on the streets of LA at some point today. We know that 700 Marines left their base in 29 Palms. That's in the Palm Springs area east of Los Angeles, Seal Beach, but they should be on the streets later today.
Cornerstones of our nation and our democracy is that our people are governed by civil, not military rule. He's accusing the president of an unprecedented power grab deploying the National Guard without his consent. LA Mayor Karen Bass is asking the government to stop the ICE raids, and she says what's happening in her city is an experiment in federal authority.
It makes me feel like our city is actually a test case. It makes me feel like our city is actually a test case. A test case for what happens when the federal government moves in and takes the authority away from the state or away from local government. I don't think that our city should be used for an experiment to see what happens in the nation's second largest city.
But the president feels he is on the right side of this issue. The administration is slamming Newsom and Bass' leadership, calling them incompetent, and they believe the public will side with them and their innovation efforts.
Well, number one, I think people need to pop the toe off and relax a little bit. Number two, I don't think this situation is especially complicated. You don't need to be an astrophysicist to figure it out. We've got a war problem in Los Angeles. They're not peaceful protesters, they're wolves. They're not peaceful protesters, they're wolves. They're hurting people. They're destroying property. It will then text these alerts so immigrants can go hide and activists can stop ICE operations. And so I was in a room yesterday morning, meeting with the Immigrant Rights Organization, and all of a sudden everybody's cell phones got turned on. That's when we all heard about the things taking place in New York. So another organizer is SEIU. You see the purple there, they have 700,000 members. The union turns out big numbers. Others are simply there to bash capitalism.
So here's the real work. The working class is the one that built this country. It's the billionaires in power that continue to harass us and attack us and do absolutely everything for us.
Operation Healthy Hearts, according to the New York Post, handed out face shields and riot gear for protesters. Their kits include a lawyer's phone number to get out of jail, and some of these groups could face prosecution for aiding and abetting.
Governor Gavin Newsom claiming Tuesday that democracy is under assault, requesting a federal court block President Trump's unprecedented military mobilization.
Donald Trump's government isn't protecting our communities. They're traumatizing our communities.
LA Mayor Karen Bass issuing a curfew for downtown LA that could last several days, hoping it'll stop vandalism and looting of businesses.
Law enforcement will arrest individuals who break the curfew, and you will be prosecuted.
The protesters continue to pour into the streets of downtown LA. The LAPD has allowed several hundred protesters here to meander pretty freely right down the streets of downtown Los Angeles for several hours now. The one thing they have not allowed them to do, descend down to the 101 freeway. Down to the 101 freeway. And when hundreds of protesters briefly blocked traffic on the 101, police pounced.
This is a lot of confusion. Well, this is the world we live in.
They came here to create a new world, not a country. How many of you really read what they wrote? They didn't come here to create a country. They came here to create a new world.